Kids, let's get ready for a trip up the clock. Hickory dickory dock, the mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck 1, and down the mouse ran. Hickory dickory dock. The clock struck 2, the mouse said, "Boo." The clock struck 3, the mouse bent his knee. The mouse felt so free. He went up the clock for everyone to see. The clock struck 4, the mouse wanted more. He scurried around, he didn't make a sound. The biggest clock climber ever to be found. The clock struck 5, the mouse did a jive. He wore a bright hat and gave the big bell a loud pat. The clock struck 6, the mouse did some tricks. He twisted and spun. His climbing job was lots of fun. The clock struck 7, the mouse reached for heaven. He climbed up so high, he could see all the birds in the bright morning sky. The clock struck 8, the mouse closed the gate. He waved to the hand, the quickest little mouse in all of the land. The clock struck 9, the mouse felt just fine. He sang a small song. He knew he truly belonged. The clock struck 10, the mouse came again. He paused for a rest and gave his small legs a good test. The clock struck 11, the mouse looked at 7. He waved to the sun. He knew the big climb was almost all done. The clock struck 12, the mouse had to delve. He stood right on top, then he knew it was time for his long giant drop. The clock struck 1, and down the mouse ran. The mouse didn't fall. He showed off his speed to the wall. Hickory dickory dock, the mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck 2, and down the mouse flew. He was so fast, his amazing climb truly lasted. The clock struck 3, and down the mouse came with such glee. He smiled at the numbers, waking everyone from their deep slumbers. The clock struck 4, and down the mouse rushed to the door. He left a small note, saying, "I'll be back soon," that he wrote. The clock struck 5, and down the mouse returned, still alive. The clock struck 6, and down the mouse performed jumping tricks. Hickory dickory dock. He jumped with a hop. He knew when to start and when to stop. Hickory dickory dock, the mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck 7, and down the mouse slid, just like heaven. Hickory dickory dock. He came down the hand, the best little climber in all of the land. Hickory dickory dock, the mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck 8, and down the mouse came. He was not late. Hickory dickory dock. He went down to the base. He loved running in this exciting race. Hickory dickory dock, the mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck 9, and down the mouse traveled, feeling fine. Hickory dickory dock. He did it with grace, right back to his hiding place. Hickory dickory dock, the mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck 10, and down the mouse climbed, and then again. Hickory dickory dock. He knew every spot, the fastest mouse who ever got caught. Hickory dickory dock, the mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck 11, and down the mouse zipped to 7. Hickory dickory dock. He slowed for a bit, before he decided to quit. Hickory dickory dock, the mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck 12, and down the mouse decided to delve. Hickory dickory dock. He made a great leap, and went back to sleep. Hickory dickory dock, the mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck 1, and down the mouse ran. Hickory dickory dock. You watched the fastest mouse climb the biggest clock. You are all so wonderful.